So I got a question from a subscriber on one of my old videos, and he asked, how much do I make a month in income? And in this video, I'm going to discuss all my income sources. I have about 4. And what I'll do is I'll discuss the one that makes me the least up until the one that makes me the most money every month. And coming in at the bottom spot is YouTube. Now, I've been on a platform for about 14 months and recently got accepted into the YouTube Partner Program. So I only have 2 months of data to work off of, but it's been positive so far. So let's take a look at my YouTube Studio app and the dashboard, and I'll show you just what my analytics are looking like and how much I've been making for those past 2 months. Now you see my total earnings for May ongoing, it's $72. And if you look back at the previous month, which was April, you see that it's $48. So it's going up, it's on an uptrend. I'm gonna take you over to my watch page ad section and you can see my CPM or cost per mil. And all this number is basically how much advertisers are willing to pay for 1,000 views in a particular niche. So keep in mind that no two niches are alike, and generally the way things work on YouTube is if your niche has a highly engaged audience and the audience has a lot of purchasing power, then advertisers are willing to pay more money to show you ads. There's some small channels with high CPMs that don't need to get a lot of views, maybe 100,000 or more, and they get thousands of dollars a month because the viewer is worth more to advertisers than other niches. As you can see with mine is $15.59. There's definitely some strategy involved in this, and picking your niche is going to matter so much because it's going to determine so much later on. Also, don't go into YouTube trying to make money. That's not the objective here, and I don't advise that. There's 4 things I use YouTube for, and 4 things only. Number 1 is creating brand awareness and making sure people get to know me and get a feel for my brand and who I am and the type of content I have to offer. Number 2 is getting to know my audience very well and connecting with them on a very personal level, asking them questions and seeing where their pain points are. Number 3 is after I get that feedback, I solve problems directly with the content that I put out and I add value to the niche. And this is huge. People will start to trust you and have confidence in you and subscribe to your content and bell notifications and comment, like, and share. All of that is going to happen when you make quality content that solves problems in a particular niche. Lastly, I use it to promote my own products, my services, and my offerings. So many people get this wrong on YouTube. You want to do the first 3 things I mentioned first so you can build an audience, build a reputation, build trust, most importantly. And then people, once they see that you have valuable content and you're actually really solving problems on the platform and you're that go-to guy or go-to gal for things, whenever you have a product, a service, or an offering, they're going to be eager, they're going to be willing, and they're going to be begging you to take their money.
Shut up and take my money.
The next income source is by far my favorite. If this was a real person, I'd buy them a drink, I'd give them a hug. I mean, this is very passive once you get everything up and running, and it takes very little work, and that's affiliate marketing. I work with 2 main affiliate programs, Amazon Associates and Impact. And Impact is basically this company that has a bunch of companies of varying niches, of varying types under it. So you can just search for an affiliate program and most likely they'll have it or something close to it. Now, my first YouTube channel was a programming channel where I taught software engineering concepts and programming of various sorts. If I wanted to recommend a book, a course, or something else that I know, value, used, and trusted, I would get an affiliate link for it and put it in the video. I also wrote articles on Medium that help solve problems, different engineering problems, and if I use like a software or some sort of tool that had an affiliate program, I would link that in the article. Now, this makes me about $120 from that source, from my articles and my old YouTube channel, roughly, and I don't need to do anything. I haven't touched that channel in years. Now, with affiliate marketing, what you really want to do is ask yourself 2 questions before you promote a product. And the first question you want to ask is, do I know, value, use this product, and have very good things to say genuinely about this product? The second is you want to ask yourself, is this product related or directly related to some sort of problem that I can solve within my niche? And if your product or service or software meets those 2 requirements, then it's a good candidate to be used for affiliate marketing. You don't want to start promoting products because they have a high payout.
No! God, please, no! No!
Again, you want to build trust online. So with Amazon Associates, let me take you to my dashboard so you can see my analytics from month to month. And as you can see, from the last 30 days, I'm averaging just around $300. And I've been on Amazon for about 6 months, and it has grown significantly from when I started, but for the last few months it's been around this. And with this on my YouTube channel, I only promote on 4 videos or so, and they're basically products or things that I use to solve a problem. So with affiliate marketing, on a low end I make about $400. On a high end right now I can make about $550. It really just depends on my views and conversions, but the average is about $450 for the month. An excellent resource for this is a book called From Nothing, and it's written by Pribyl. I'll link it in the description, and it literally was a game changer for me. It shows you how to get started with affiliate marketing with less than $100. So the next source of income is freelance web development, and this wasn't really supposed to be one of my main sources of income, but I'll tell you the story how it became such and why I'm better off. So I decided to take up freelancing last year around the summertime because I wanted some extra money to put away for a down payment for a house and a bunch of other expenses. So I had recently gotten an email from a staffing agency that I'd worked with in the past, and I'd remained in their database. So one of their recruiters reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to start freelancing or get back into freelancing again. And I said, yeah, sure, why not? And he had this role which was a 2-month contract, and it was about 10 hours a week, and they were paying $50 an hour. When I looked at the role, a lot of it was just developmental maintenance, and that's everything from running security checks to installing or refreshing and updating plugins, posting some content, fixing some bugs on the site, and implementing new features here and there. So I started working this freelance gig alongside my full-time software engineering job, which I was getting paid $140K a year, and everything was going great until December, when I saw this meeting that was just posted on my calendar, and it was like out of the blue. So I didn't really think anything of it because I get random meeting requests all the time, but something about this meeting just felt a little eerie. So I accepted, and I went to the meeting, and it was about like 4:45 p.m. on like a Friday. And in the Teams call, I had a bunch of other coworkers. We had HR, and then I saw my manager. And once I saw HR in there, I knew something was up. I already knew where it was going, and so did everyone else on the call. And like, there was a range of emotions. Some people were like teary-eyed, and other people were visibly frustrated, and you know, understandably so. I barely remember what was said in that conversation, but it was along those lines of things you would say when you have to lay off somebody. But I was checked out because I already knew that I was growing other sources of income. And even though, yeah, this was a big hit because this was like my main source of income, I already knew I was going to be fine. The freelance job ended up being more flexible and fitting my lifestyle more because there were some months or some weeks that I would choose to do very short-term projects like 2 weeks or 2 months. I usually don't go over 2 months, and the pay ranges from about $48 to $50. So over time, I started picking up more hours, and on average, I do anything from 20 or 30 on a low end to 80 to 90 hours on a high end in a month. Let me tell you, this works so much better for my schedule. Now I pick and choose the weeks, the days, and the months that I want to work. There's always a plethora of work to choose from. The staffing agency that I work with, they don't really care where I am. Neither do the clients, so there's no need to use that VPN router setup, which works better for me. On the low end with freelance web development, I make $1,500, and that's when I barely work. On the high end, I can make $5,300. But on average, I usually make around $3,000 from freelance web development. The key to freelancing is being in a niche with high demand and niching down in that niche as much as possible, having really valuable skills, and being able to communicate to clients and companies that value that you can provide on a high level. Now, there are 2 amazing books that I highly recommend that you check out if you're interested or even at least thinking about freelancing. The first one is A 6-Figure Freelancer, and this is an amazing book. If you're only going to read one of these 2, read this one. The second is The Freelance Introvert, which is a very good book, especially for people who are a little bit more reserved and feel kind of iffy about talking to people and being too salesy. So the last income source is something I actually started last year, later in the year, and it's remote consultations. So I offer a lot of remote services, some of them being installing travel routers. I write and optimize people's resumes, do LinkedIn audits. So on the low, I make $2,000, and on the high end, I make about $5,000. But usually the average is somewhere around $3,500. So I'm gonna add these income sources together just so I can recap for you. So for YouTube and YouTube AdSense, we have $60. Then for affiliate marketing, we have $450. Then add another $3,500 for remote consultations and add $3,000 for freelance web development. And we've got a grand total of $7,010. When I subtract all my business fees, my overhead, my expenses, my outsourcing cost, and every other thing that I might spend money on for the business, I'm left with $6,052. So that's all I have for my income sources. If you're trying anything for the first time or you're thinking about trying something, let me know in the comments below. Let's talk. What are your biggest challenges with starting online businesses? What type of incomes are you trying to grow for the rest of 2024? What are your income goals? Let's talk about it in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great night.